Thank you for joining Pioneer Library System. My name is Miss Kim, and today we're going to make a simple rocket. To make this rocket, we will need several supplies. These are all things I hope that you have around your house. If you don't worry. I'm going to offer you some alternatives. To make this rocket, we will need 2 cups, some sort of paper, something with which to decorate your paper. You can use colored pencils, markers, or crayons, 2 sturdy rubber bands, a pair of scissors. Make certain you talk to your grown-up before you use sharp objects, a hole punch. Smaller hole punch will work better than a larger one, but a larger one will do. And tape. Glue won't really work this time, but any sort of tape should. First, punch 4 holes around your cup. You want these to be fairly evenly spaced. You want these across from each other like this, so that when we put our rubber bands in, it will form an X. Next, cut your rubber bands in half. And we're going to put a knot in one end. Second knot in that. Thread your rubber band through one of the holes and pull it, thread it through the opposite hole, then tie a knot in this side. Repeat with your second rubber band and your second set of holes. You've just made your rocket body. Now let's make your rocket body look cool. To decorate our plain-looking cup, draw a rocket and decorate it. If you don't want to draw a rocket, you can always print one off the internet. Cut out your rocket. Now tape your paper rocket onto your plastic rocket body. If you want to get really fancy, you can add some tissue paper flames. You could also use crepe paper or regular paper or even yarn. Just don't use something that is going to make your rocket too heavy. We'll use our second cup as our launch pad. You can use any sort of cup, really, as long as this part fits into this part of our rocket cup. You could even use a plastic kitchen cup, except not this one because it's too big. Ready to launch? Just take your rocket, place it over your launch pad, pull it down, and release. I told you I'd show you an alternative if you didn't have a plastic cup. So let's experiment and see if these old water bottles will work. Ready? So it doesn't look like our launch pad is sturdy enough to launch this rocket. So let's put a little paper inside of this to make it a little sturdier. Let's try that again. So the water bottle I have is not a very thick plastic, so it's not working very well compared to the plastic cup. I think that if I had a sturdier plastic cup or plastic water bottle, this would actually work pretty well. It just might take a little more practice because you don't have this lip to help you launch. But I actually think that this would work pretty well if I had a sturdier water bottle. Like this. Let's see if this harder plastic works better. Here's one I made out of an old yogurt tub. I'll use an ice cream tub as my launcher. Oh, sometimes that happens. It just means you pull it through and you put extra knots on there. So, I put some extra knots here to keep them from pulling through these holes. Let's try it again. So, it looks like our yogurt container and our harder water bottle worked pretty well. Part of the fun of this is that you can use items that you have in your own house and experiment and see what works well and what doesn't. Don't forget to count this as one of your summer learning challenges. Thanks for joining us today.